My name is Benjamin Aguilar, 57 years old, and I'm a proud father of 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. So my life has been blessed, really blessed. I woke up that morning, I'll never forget the pain that I was starting to feel on my left side. It was a really bizarre feeling that I never had. When I got to work, the pain just started to get worse and worse. I asked my supervisor if I can go home because I wasn't feeling right. And he said, yeah, go home, get some sleep. Went home and I went to bed. Got up the next day, feeling the same way, and then went to work again. It started to get worse as the time kept going. I'll never forget my assistant manager at the time. She looked at me and she said, "Man, you need to go. You don't look good. Go to the hospital." I drove to the clinic. They looked at me and they were like, "What's wrong?" And I told her about the chest pains in my left side, that tingling in my fingers. And she had this look at me and she just said, "But no, you need to go to the hospital." Kind of ignored her because I was thinking, what's wrong with everybody? They're all crazy. I went home and I went to bed. That night was probably the worst night of my life. I got up about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and it felt like just an enormous crushing in my chest. And then I told myself, I don't know what that was. And I got myself ready, drove myself to the St. Luke's Hospital, the Woodlands. And I'll never forget, I saw the distance. I parked away. It was probably the farthest spot I could park at. So I said, you know what? I'm going to walk. So as I was walking, I got out of the car and I walked. And I'll never forget, I saw this nurse walking in at the same time I was walking in. I was thinking, I can't make this. I summoned the strength to yell and say, "Help me," because I knew if I didn't get her attention, I don't know if I would have made it. Yelled out, "I need help. Please help me." And then she turned around and she saw me out in the parking lot. She ran towards me. I told her I'd been having chest pains in my left side. "I don't know what's going on. I need help, please." Before I knew it, she grabbed me around the waist and she hurried me along. In the ER room, there was a team already there, it seemed like. She told me that the cardiologist was going to be there in a minute. After I came out of the cath lab, he told me that I was having a major heart attack and I was a candidate for a triple bypass.
Ben unfortunately presented with a heart attack. He had a non-ST segment elevation myocardial infarction, and which is due to buildup of plaque within the coronary arteries. In his case, his risk factors were high blood pressure, high cholesterol, prediabetes, and family history of heart disease. He was treated medically first and underwent a heart catheterization. He was found to have multi-vessel coronary disease. In his case, 3 vessels were affected. And so we did a coronary artery bypass surgery for him. He actually did remarkably well. He was discharged home 6 days later, completed cardiac rehab, and his return to normal activities. So he did very well.
I felt bad because it was probably one of the most selfish things I could have done. It was selfish because knowing now what was going on, I was, how could I have done that to my kids? Seeing them and getting to live out the rest of their lives with them is just such a blessing to me. With that being said, it's just about saving lives. You've saved lives like mine, and I'm very grateful for what this whole association is doing as far as keeping people like me alive. I get to see my kids, my family, my friends, and I'm not done living yet.
Despite significant advancements in cardiology and cardiac surgery, there's still many unanswered questions. And heart disease is the number one thing that will affect everyone in this room. And it's the number one cause of death worldwide.
What I experienced are not normal. You go get checked out. You can't be too proud not to do it.